the world of crypto. We've been talking about crypto for a long time. I remember you and I had a conversation probably 2 years ago, talked about Bitcoin going to $500,000. You still in the same place?
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. The world of crypto has seen its fair share of ups and downs over the years, and in a recent interview with CNBC, Cathie Wood shares her thoughts on the current state of the stock and crypto market and highlights her timeline for Bitcoin's rise to $500,000. She also examines recent events in the crypto world, including the fall of some centralized and non-transparent companies, and underlines the growing importance of transparency and decentralization. Cathie points out that Bitcoin and Ethereum are the best examples of these values in the crypto space. In ARK Invest 2023's Big Ideas, Cathie shows the trajectory for the multi-trillion-dollar industry that will see Bitcoin's price skyrocket, even exceeding the $1 million mark by 2030. She also points out that despite severe downdraws, Bitcoin has outperformed every major asset class over longer time horizons, and Bitcoin holders are more long-term focused than at any time in history. In the larger economic backdrop, she discusses the impact of the Federal Reserve's monetary policy on the market and reflects on the recent inflation and interest rate scare that hit long-duration assets hard in 2022. Investors are extremely cautious after Janet Yellen and Larry Summers' recent comments that inflation might become a problem and that the economy is weaker than expected. Let's get right into the latest interview with Cathie Wood as she gives her prediction for crypto, the Fed's impact on the stock market, and what we can expect in 2023. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content we do here. Let's get right into the video.
If you look at what has happened in the last year, actually, Sam Bankman-Fried didn't like Bitcoin at all. And he didn't like it because of its decentralization and transparency. What companies went under, they were the highly centralized, non-transparent, opaque companies. So FTX, Celsius, 3AC, Three Arrows Capital. If you look at what happened to Bitcoin, the network, and Ethereum, the network, they really didn't skip a beat. All transactions were completed. All smart contracts opened and closed. So I think that starting with 0809, which is when Bitcoin really debuted, and even more so after the crypto fallout this past year, the collapse in many companies, this idea of transparency and decentralization is taking hold. And Bitcoin and Ethereum are the two best manifestations of that in the crypto world.
We've been talking about crypto for a long time. I remember you and I had a conversation probably 2 years ago, talked about Bitcoin going to $500,000. You still in the same place?
Yes, we are. In fact, we're a little higher than that in our base case for the year 2030. And in our bull case, much higher.
In the January period, we got the Fed, the backdrop of the Fed is part of that, but also just the larger backdrop over the past couple of years.
I think what we've been through is a very big inflation and interest rate scare that hit long duration assets incredibly hard, including long-term bonds. Last year, the worst performance in the bond market since the 1700s. That's how bad this was. And of course, that was going to really hurt our strategies. But we do believe, and we have been saying for some time, that the inflation is unwinding. We think the market is leading the Fed, the bond market. I think we're down to 3.5% today on the 10-year Treasury bond yield. The bond market is basically saying the Fed is close to the end of this tightening move and is also saying that inflation will surprise on the low side of expectations, which means when we look back that the past 2 years inflation issue and interest rate issue has been a function of massive supply shocks to the system. And I noticed that even Janet Yellen this week said that she believes that inflation is probably going to surprise on the low side and stay there and might even become a problem. Larry Summers, same thing. He's saying, wait a minute, the economy is much weaker than I thought. So
Cathie Wood says that cryptocurrency assets will see a significant turnaround this year. And with inflation rates falling and the Federal Reserve recognizing this trend, it suggests that they should pivot soon. In the second part of her interview, Cathie discusses the enormous growth in Amazon and Tesla and how this will change the global economy in a massive way.
Amazon is adding about 1,000 robots a day, and we do believe that robots account, if I remember correctly, if you compare the number of robots Amazon has to the number of employees, about a third. And we believe that by the year 2030, Amazon could have more robots than employees. So we are just at the dawn of the robotics age. And I would say artificial intelligence and battery technology are all a part of that movement as well. Amazon, I believe, has 3,200 robots per 10,000. So I guess that's 10,000 employees. So I guess that's closer to a third. If you look at manufacturing in total, there are only, I think, 140 robots per 10,000 people. That is going to change thanks to breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, battery technology, the sensors that we can now cover robots with so that we can work with them safely. So pretty excited about the robotics movement. And one of the reasons it's going to happen, I think, more quickly than most believe now, is if you look at the cost declines, which drive all of our models, the cost declines in industrial robots for every cumulative doubling in the number of robots produced. The cost declines are in the 50 to 60% range. That's one of the highest learning curves or steepest learning curves that we are watching right now. So pretty exciting.
Who do you think, though, is the biggest beneficiary or winner of that? Obviously, Tesla has been a big investment for you, and AI is a huge part of what they're trying to do. Again, we've had a big debate on this program, and I think in the markets for a long time about whether they're a car company or whether they're a tech company. I know you're in the tech camp, but what do you say to those who say, at least from the unit economics today, that it's a car company?
Well, I would say that it's just even its own gross margin structure would tell you there's something else going on here. Its gross margins are going up. And it's a technology company from the point of view of battery technology. It is at the leading edge there. Artificial intelligence, as you said, Andrew. And I think one of the most important things, you ask who the winners are going to be, they're going to be those companies with proprietary data and large pools of high quality proprietary data. And you'll see many of our stocks are in that category.
So far this year, Cathie believes that inflation will eventually come down to the 2% target level set by the Federal Reserve, and predicts that inflation could fall below and even enter into negative territory due to the ongoing contraction in the money supply. With technological innovations such as cryptocurrency and blockchain technologies being deflationary, she believes this will in turn cause a boom in the products and services and a shock to the market. After getting battered by 2022's bear market, the tech-heavy Nasdaq in particular had its best showing in January since 2001. This is an indicator that technology and innovation is on the rise, and we could see a massive surge this year. What do you think about Cathie Wood's prediction for crypto, the stock market, and what's to come in 2023? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.